We're going to be talking about a rapper by the name of OBE Noir. Now, OBE Noir is an interesting case because dude seemed like he had his hand in a lot of different things. And when I say a lot of different things, I'm talking about positive things. Now, it's weird because the way that the story plays out, you would think he was a rumble-tumble in the streets kind of rapper, but dude was more on the positive note. Now, before we get into the story and go over all the specifics about this horrible situation, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about OBE Noir. Now, OBE Noir was a basketball player slash activist slash rapper, man. And dude really got into his bag lately on the rapping side of the game because of the untragic incidents that happened last year. And when I talk about last year tragic incidents, you know what I'm talking about as far as the whole uprising and things like that. I got to be very careful what I say here, you know what I mean? And I'm going to just keep it funky with y'all. But a lot of that, man, propelled him towards, going into those two different directions. Now, dude, according to all news sources, was a talent on the basketball court. He was from the same projects, and he's cool with a lot of people from Houston that you would know, on a day-to-day basis, that are household names. Cats like Traded Truth. Now, we know that Traded Truth is big on the activism, big on the community help type tip, and it seemed like OBE Noir was in the same vein of things, man. Dude seemed like he had his head on straight as far as that, and he looked like he was undeniably a Houston hustler. Now, a lot of Houston cats have that hustle in them, and it's just one of those things that go hand in hand. In order to be a rapper in Texas, they had to learn a long time ago you had to be an individual and do it on your own, and they've always excelled at doing that and kept it close to, home. Now, dude looked like he was really in his activism bag when tragedy struck this week. Now, this is the story coming from the Houston Chronicle, and the title says this. It says, rapper and activist OBE Noir involved in fatal shooting in downtown Houston. Now, what it doesn't say is that he was the victim of the shooting, because just yesterday, and man, news travels at different speeds. Just yesterday, OBE Noir was identified following a shooting in downtown Houston. Now, OBE Noir's real name is Xavier Robertson, and he's listed here as an up-and-coming rapper and former overseas basketball player. Now, we ain't even got to that part yet, but dude, as far as a basketball player, has done some great things in the overseas basketball leagues, man. And in the community activist vein, man, he's been doing some real big things too. Now, according to the city of Houston and the reporters there, they say that witnesses saw Mr. Robinson running down the street after hearing gunfire in the distance. A vehicle drove around the block as if chasing Robinson and stopped at the above address. Now, when they say above address, I believe they mean the address of where his body was found. And two unknown males exited the vehicle and fired shots at Robertson, who collapsed in the street. Now, so basically, okay, let me break that down. So some cats were chasing him, ran him down, and then opened fire on him until he collapsed in the street, man. Sad situation. I don't know what he had going on, in his personal life. Judging by the pictures like that, that are out there, and a lot of the things that they're saying as far as on a lot of the fan pages and, on the social media sites for hip hop and forums and stuff like that, it seemed like it was an overwhelming positive response about who he was and how people received him. And it's odd that even cats who are just positive, man, who seem like they're trying to do good stuff in hip hop they're meeting the same demise as rappers who talk all that street stuff. It's like, man, if you're a rapper, it's almost like open season on you for real. Now, I heard Sci-Hi the Prince say that, and I know I always use Sci-Hi the Prince as a reference sometimes, but when he talked about his shooting situation, he detailed something similar to this. Like, he didn't know the dudes or know why, but the dudes ran him.
Hey guys, my apologies for interrupting your YouTube video. Two things I'm going to promise you right now.
Him down and tried to take him out. And it's